All right, let's try this again. Okay, let's try this again. Sorry, guys. Hey, there they are. Sweet. First live stream, guys. Sorry, had a little hiccup there. Sweet. What's up? We got Raph Man in the house, Ellie Bunker, Sandra G, Immortal Riders, Matthew Nikolai, Jolly Odin. What's up, guys? Welcome. Sorry to anybody that joined the last one. I had to cancel it and start over because the camera was a little screwed up. My wife does some online teaching and the wrong camera was connected. So wasn't quite sure how to fix it, but yeah. So we're here, we're live. Disregard the other one. I'm doing good. What's up, Matthew? Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm healthy, I'm fit. How are you guys doing so far? No coronavirus or anything? Yeah. Can you guys hear me okay? It's pronounced Eli. Oh, sorry, Eli. My bad. Awesome. It's snowing. It's snowing where? Where's it snowing right now? Hey, Paul, Immortal Rider says. Yeah, Paul's, I think, taking a nap right now, but he might make an appearance. We'll see. Audio's good? Cool. Hey, what's up, Steven? It's good to see you, man. David says, yes, awesome. Jolly Odin says Costco was crazy today. I bet. I heard. Yeah, my wife Celica said that she drove past Costco and there was like a huge line going way out the door, which is just kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it overkill to be stocking up right now, or is it safe? Sandra G says no toilet paper in Maryland. Yeah, there's no toilet paper here either. It's kind of crazy. I still don't understand why people are going nuts over toilet paper. It's not like the number one thing that you need if you catch coronavirus. It's kind of silly. Yeah, so Eli says, do you live in Utah? Yeah, I live in Utah. Been here for about 1.5 years now. Matthew's near Los Angeles. What's up, LA? I got a brother in LA, and my wife's family, Celica's family, is from LA too. I think they're getting hit a little bit harder right now with this thing. It's kind of crazy. David says, I think we're fine, but my school is canceled for 3 weeks. Yeah, they just announced a couple of school districts are closed here in Utah, not all of them yet. Celica's a teacher, and as of right now, she still has to report to work next week. But Bearded Snowboarder says, what's up? How's it going, man? Yeah, so we're waiting to see what else is going to happen here in Utah right now. The mayor made an announcement today that basically they want people to refrain from meeting in groups of larger than 100 starting Monday. So I don't know what that's going to do. We'll see what that does for the economy and stuff. But yeah. Sandra says, pray Jackson Hole stays open next week. Yeah, I know Mike and Sandra are going to Jackson, so wish them luck. Stay safe, guys. I hope you'll be good on a plane and everything. But as far as I know, I think Wyoming doesn't have any reported cases yet, so that's pretty cool. So hopefully you guys will be good. Fingers crossed. And Jen, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Also, thank you for the super chat in the original live stream that I tried to upload. Sorry again for that hiccup, guys, if you didn't hear me. There was a little mix-up with the camera when I first got the chat started, so I had to restart it because I wasn't sure how to switch out the camera. But we're good now. Jolly Odin asks, what resorts do you still have left on your list? I'm not sure if you mean just here in Utah or just like everywhere, but here in Utah, I still want to go to Snow Basin. I still want to go to Bryan Head, a few others, but I've basically done everything right around Salt Lake. Want to go back to Powder Mountain for that catboarding for sure. And there's like a Cherry Peak resort in Utah that I haven't been to. Yeah, a few others. I basically want to hit everything here in Utah. And then I'd love to travel a little bit and hit some in Colorado. I was in Tahoe like 2-3 weeks ago, but just for like a day. And I rode Boreal, but the conditions were honestly awful. So I didn't actually make a video out of that. I shot a couple things, but I do want to travel some more. I can ride Copper for free, working at Snowbird. And I think we get to ride Bachelor. Yeah, we can ride Bachelor for free. So that would be pretty cool to make a trip up there. Don't know if I'll get to this season, but maybe next season. Seems like right now might not be the best time to travel, but if you're driving, maybe that's fine. What else? Florian says, I'm coming to Snowbird next week. What do you think there would be good snow for Friday? Fingers crossed, but it sounds like we're going to get some snow this coming Monday through Tuesday, I believe. There's like a big storm that's supposed to hit the West Coast and then kind of make its way over towards Utah and Colorado. And hopefully we're going to get dumped on. So that would be pretty sick. But I think if that happens, anywhere should be good for next Friday, honestly, if it's a big enough storm. But just keep checking the resorts and see what they're posting, and whatever has the most, I'd go there, honestly. Bearded Snowboard says, absolutely crazy here in New York. I bet. Talking about, again, this coronavirus scare. It's kind of crazy. I think it's getting worse in the metropolitan areas. So far, Salt Lake's not too bad, but yeah, we'll see what happens, guys. Alex Trafton said, I don't understand why they would shut down a ski resort. Yeah, I don't think they will. Eli says, Wyoming has 2 so far. Okay. Sandra says, love the hat. I love the hat too. Both Mike and Sandra donated the hats, so shout out to them. If you guys are lucky enough to win the giveaway, we did a giveaway with a couple of hats around Christmas time. But I do want to get into the merch game a little bit more, hopefully soon. That's just kind of a little bit of an overwhelming task to get merchandise like hats and clothing and stuff. But I did order a bunch of stickers that are on the way. So hopefully next week, I will put up some stickers on an online store or something like that for you guys. So keep a lookout for some stickers next week. I do have a few of these guys left from my first order that I've just kind of been handing out if you see me in person. Got some black stickers and I got some white stickers. These guys are big decals, but I'm going to get some smaller ones too. I've ordered those. They're on the way. So stay tuned. I will post more details about that. Probably I'll put up a store on Etsy or something like that so you guys can get some stickers, because I know you guys have been asking for them forever. What else we got here? How's Snowbird been lately? Michael says it's been pretty good, although it's been a lot of spring conditions. It's been kind of warm. Alex Trafton said the same thing. Seems warm up there. Any powder days in the future? Hopefully this Monday, Tuesday, we'll see what happens. But hopefully the storm delivers. But yeah, it's felt kind of like spring conditions, which is sort of weird. It's been fun though. Eli says, what part of Utah you live in? I live in the valley, right near the mouth of Big Cottonwood Canyon, basically. So Cottonwood Heights is the area. George, or I guess it's Jorge Morales, says Brighton or Pall Mall for basically everything that's not the park. Brighton has a really good park, and it also has good everything. I didn't actually ride Pall Mall's park, but I've heard Pall Mall's is pretty good. They did a rail jam there, I think, like a week ago or something like that. So I think if you want an overall more park experience, Brighton's the mountain for that. Most people don't go to Pall Mall for the park, but they do have a decent park, I think. ICI David Lemieux says, for the past year, I have watched most of your videos in preparation for my ski trip to Utah last week. Had 2 amazing days in Snowbird, 2 in Brighton, and 1 in Snow Basin. Awesome, dude. That's sick. Thanks for watching, and glad you had some amazing days while you're here. So cool. He also says, thanks for making me discover some of your amazing mountains. My pleasure, man. Yeah, I just try to spread the love and show you guys what we have to offer here in Utah. Jolly Odin says, can't wait for the Snowcat video. Me too, man. Me too. Sandra G said, can we purchase some sick board progression merch? Yeah, as I mentioned, we'll get some stickers going very soon, guys. And Jen, don't come to Europe. All the resorts are closing down. Wow. So I guess if things get bad enough, resorts could close just because it is a mass gathering. I mean, if you're in close proximity with a lot of people, they say that's how you can contract this ridiculous virus. I hope you guys aren't too worried about this, though. I mean, yes, it might change our lifestyle a little bit, but they're saying the mortality rate for this is pretty low, and it's mostly in older people. And hopefully things turn around soon. Matthew Nikolai says the storm on the West Coast is pretty decent. Yeah, it's looking like it's tracking pretty good. The Sierras definitely need it, so I'm glad that California's getting hit pretty good, it looks like. Sandra G said, awesome backflip at the bird. Love the wave. Thanks. Yep. Yeah, that was exciting. If you guys haven't watched that video yet, check out the backflip video. Yeah, that was beyond amazing to be able to stomp that and ride away on the wave. If you guys don't know, the wave is this natural wind lip at Snowbird that just basically always has this lip to it that you can send it really big off of. The video doesn't do it justice, but I easily got like 25, 30 feet of height, I'd say. It's a pretty sick jump. So that was a good one to throw the backy off of. We got a super chat from Celica Reese, the VIP behind the scenes here. That's the wife. Thank you, Celica. I love you too, babe. Awesome. Sandra G threw down a $2 super chat too. Thank you, Sandra. So awesome, guys. What else we got here? Bearded Snowboarder says, sick, I want some stickers to support the dream. Awesome. Definitely got to hook up another bearded snowboarder for sure. Cameron Wilhelm, what snowboards have you been riding this season? So right now I still got the Super 8. I got the Solomon Super 8, which I picked up kind of towards the end of the season last year. That's like my all mountain board. It's directional. It's got rocker in the front and back seat camber towards the back and a little bit of a tapered tail. That's a really good board for riding Snowbird. I like that one a lot for groomers and for pal days especially, but I don't really take that board in the park. And then for a park board, I've got kind of an older board now. It's like 2 seasons old, a Burton Process off axis. And they don't make the off axis any longer. It's asymmetrical. The toe side and heel side edges are different. For whatever reason, they discontinued that, but it still rides well. I haven't beaten it up too bad. It's got like a couple core shots here and there, but I fixed it up. So that's still my park board, basically. What else we got here? David Steen says, do you think you'll try another backflip before the end of the season? Oh, yeah, definitely. Stay tuned. That's going to come in another video for sure. Probably not the next video. Actually, definitely not the next video. But yeah, that'll be coming in the next one. And Stephen Craig asks, what's the next big trick you're working on? I think Stephen might have an idea already. You guys will see Stephen in the very next video. Steve's a Marine vet who reached out to me a few months ago saying that he had a bunch of buddies that are coming out to snowbird, and he asked if I could film a little bit of his Marine buddies shredding. So I showed Steve the backy before you guys actually got to see it, before I posted it. And I think the next big trick I'm working on is a backy with a method grab. I want to try to get that. I also am working on my backside spins a little bit. I also want to get some grabs with my 540. I landed the 540 a few weeks ago, like a month ago. So I'd say that's the next big one. We got another super chat from Immortal Riders. Heck yeah, awesome. He says, need some Alpha coffee. Yeah, man. If you guys don't know, Alpha is like the best coffee shop here in town. Speaking of veterans, it's veteran owned, which is really cool. So thanks for a cup of coffee, Mike, for sure. What else we got? Camera Boy says, how many days on snow you got this season? Just hit 29 days today. Let me double check, but I think, yeah, I just hit 70 days actually. So that's pretty good. This is the first year that I've actually been keeping track of my days. Last year I wanted to, and I forgot. And after like 3 or 4 weeks through the season, I'd already lost count or something. But I'm actually recording them, and I got 70 days just day before yesterday. So that's pretty cool. Definitely going to hit 100 for sure. Just a matter of time. 29 days is good though. That's awesome, man. Black Pond, what's good? Brewlers? Brewlers, I guess that's just like brothers. But yeah, what's up, dude? Been chatting with you a good bit. It's good to see you on here. Black Pond used to live here, and he knows the scoop on all the local spots. So that's pretty cool. Nick Bollner says, think Colorado will still have good snow in 2 weeks. $100 airfare from East Coast. Wow, that's pretty cheap. I guess airfare is getting cheap right now, guys, because nobody wants to fly. Yeah, I think Colorado will have good snow in 2 weeks. I'd be surprised if they didn't, honestly. They've had a really good season, maybe even a little bit better than we've had here. But yeah, I'd say if you don't mind flying and the risk of whatever there's a risk of, then yeah, go for it. That's a pretty good deal. And Jen says, don't believe the media. Over here, it's getting bad, really bad, very fast. Wow, sorry to hear that, man. That's crazy. Yeah, it's hard to tell exactly if they're inflating stuff on the media too much or they're not reporting it enough. I think the best thing you can do is just look at like the World Health Organization website and the CDC for all your updates. YouTube's starting to promote those websites rather than just the news outlets that you would go to for your regular news. But it's hard to tell what's going on around the world unless you hear it firsthand from people on the ground. So thanks for letting me know, man. I hope things get better, dude. I really do. Black Pond says, hit Chad's Gap next. Yeah, right, buddy. In my dreams, I will be hitting Chad's Gap. For those of you who don't know, Chad's is massive. It's like a 75-foot gap that's in Little Cottonwood Canyon. You can see it from Snowbird, basically. And yeah, it's like this huge channel that, well, just Google it. Google Chad's Gap. I mean, Travis Rice is famous for 720ing it. A bunch of people have done some insane stuff off of that. Bjorn Linus. There's a skier I can't think of who broke his ankles because he came up short, and immediately he's like, my ankles are broken. But yeah, I don't think my 37-year-old body could handle that these days. I don't know. I won't say never. Never say never, but don't hold your breath, guys. The Gerlins says, not worried, taking 10 grams of C a day, vitamin C, I guess. So I'm good. coming to Utah in 2.5 weeks. Cool. Awesome. Hope you have an awesome time when you're here. Yeah, I've been taking some vitamin C too. I've been eating oranges and drinking green tea and stuff, trying to boost the immune system. At this point, honestly, I feel like most of us are going to get it. Maybe we won't, but I feel like we might get it, and it'll just be like a rough, I don't know, week or something of having the flu, basically. But the biggest thing I'm worried about is older people like my mom who are in their 70s, because they say that that's where it's really the most dangerous. I hope I'm wrong. Hopefully, like, none of us get it, but I don't know. Maybe it's better to just embrace it. Epic Remedy says, yo, what's up, my man? Yeah, dude, it's good to see you, man. Catching the last of the live chat. I hit 30 for the first time. I'm not sure what he means by hit 30 for the first time. Epic Remedy. He says further down, 3 weeks. By the way, Epic Remedy, I'm going to send you stickers. Don't worry, I didn't forget. I told you I'd send you some. They are on the way, I promise. Octagon 8, hey, too bad I couldn't see you in Utah 2 weeks ago. I never ended up seeing a snowbird. Oh, man, I'm sorry, dude. If I didn't mention hitting me up on Instagram, if you guys are in town and you know you're going to be at Snowbird or Brighton, whatever, just hit me up on Instagram the day of or the day before. And if I can make it, I will. I would definitely always try to say hi and get some laps with you guys if I can. But Octagon 8, I'm sorry it didn't work out, man. If you didn't hit me up. And if you did hit me up, I'm sorry. I probably had something else going on at the time. McHotterson says, what's good? Good to see you, man. We got a couple more super chats real quick. Gerland's awesome. Thanks. She says, keep the vids coming. I'm guessing. I don't know. That's a guy. I'm sorry. I can't tell. But whoever you are, thank you so much for the super chat. Keep the vids coming. That's awesome. $5. Bearded Snowboarder, $5. So cool. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the super chats. It means a lot. This is the first time I've done this, and I honestly wasn't sure if I could get super chats, but it seems to be working. So really cool, guys. That will definitely go directly towards this channel, and it might be something small, but it helps a lot. So thank you, guys. It means a lot. Let's get back up to some of the other chats. David Steen says, Brighton or Snowbird? Honestly, dude, I love both. They're great in their own way. They're just very different. Brighton is less steep. So if you just want like kind of more cruising, but very cool terrain, then I say Brighton. But Snowbird is just, it's gnarly. Like it's a challenge. If you want a challenge, then head to Snowbird. In the next video I'm working on right now, I talk about this, how basically most of the blue terrain at Snowbird would be black terrain at other places. So don't go to Snowbird if you want park. That's another thing. Brighton's got decent parks. And I'd say Brighton is better for beginners, definitely, but it's also good for intermediates and advanced. There's a lot of really cool side country at Brighton that I love. It's just different, you know. If you can get a good PAL day though, and it's like deep, I would probably pick Snowbird. Because the steeper it is, the easier it is to ride deep snow. And there are some flat sections in Brighton where it can get a little challenging. But honestly, I love them both. So Epic Remedy says they lying 6, they just need to be honest. Maybe he's talking about the coronavirus stuff. I don't know. Steven says, I hope the entire Houston Astros team gets the coronavirus. That's hilarious. So I don't know if you guys follow baseball at all, but Steve was talking to me about this. Basically, the Houston Astros were found to have cheated for the World Series a few years ago with like cameras in their dugout and stuff. So yeah, anyway. Sandra G says, who's Chad? She's talking about Chad's Gap. Chad is one of the first people who hit that gap. I'm pretty sure he was a skier. Yeah, he was a skier. I don't remember his last name, but he was a professional skier, and he really put that gap on the map. And that rhymes. Chad's Gap on the map. Nick Bowler says, plans to ride Park City this year? ? Yeah. The only thing is, I don't really have a hookup there other than one friend. My buddy Evan, who I rode with last year in the last video that we posted, he's got a hookup through his wife's work, theoretically. I don't know for sure, but he said that he can probably hook me up. So we're just trying to coordinate a day. But just like a day pass there is insane. I think it's like $190 or something like that for just a day pass. Working a snowbird, I can get a courtesy letter, and basically they'll try to give me a deal for working in the industry, and it's still like $125 or something. So if you don't have an Epic Pass, Park City is just, you're paying through the teeth for it, which kind of sucks. But I do want to ride there, so stay tuned. I'm gonna try to make a day happen there for sure. Epic Gravity says 3 weeks. Still not sure what he's talking about. If you can clarify. Oh, maybe he's talking about the stickers. I don't know. Damon Kyle, usually go to Colorado, but planning a trip to Utah for 2021. Cool. Fair to say anytime in January or February is good, or should I lean towards beginning or end of either month, looking at Brighton and Pall Mall? It's really hard to tell in advance, but typically January and February are going to be good. Yeah. I'd say from like January 1st through end of March, really, is a good time to plan a trip. But anything could happen. It could be an off season where, you know, you just hit a dry spell. Unfortunately, this year, pretty much from the middle of February up until now has been kind of slow snow-wise here. Last season, it was just firing like every week. But this season started off really strong, and then like right around Valentine's Day, it's tapered off and it's been kind of dry now. So we've had little pockets of snow here and there with storms that have like, I don't know, 5 inches or something, but we haven't had like a really good storm. So hopefully that changes on Monday. Looking at Brighton and Pall Mall, yeah, they're both really good. Pall Mall is more likely to have snow longer if you're looking for like a day after a storm. Pall Mall holds the freshies a little bit longer. Oh, Paul wants to make a little cameo. Say hi, buddy. He doesn't like being on camera too much. Hey, Paul. Yeah, he's there he is. There he is. What's up, buddy? Say hi. All right, you can get down now. Where were we? Cameron Wilhelm says, how often do you wax your boards? Not as often as I should. I should be waxing them every week. I'd say once a week. Typically after 4 or 5 full days of riding, I would say need a wax, especially a sintered base. A sintered base doesn't hold wax quite as long as an extruded base, but it's faster when it is waxed. Both of my boards have a sintered base. So I try to wax once a week, but it's more like every 2 weeks. Usually I end up doing it. Thanks for the question. Matt Anderson says, I really enjoy your videos. I'm a skier, so I'm digging the addition of some skiers into your footage lately. Keep up the good work. Awesome. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, I mean, half of my friends at Snowbird are skiers, so definitely going to be some more footage of skiers. The next video with Steve and a bunch of Marine vets is going to have some skiing in it too, as well as snowboarding. So yeah, that's cool. Thanks for watching, man. If I didn't say thanks already, Bearded Snowboarder, for the super chat, I'm pretty sure I did, but thanks. Teddy Rawson says, let's go, Dan. Yeah, let's go, Teddy. Epic Remedy, it's cool, bro. Can't wait to slap on the board. Talking about stickers. Teddy Rosen, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. It might be Rawson. Hey, it was fun boarded in Snowbird. I bet it was. Yeah, Snowbird's awesome. Bearded Snowboarder, that was for the dream. Thank you, man. Definitely paying for the dream, guys. McHotterson says, just got my 4-year-old skateboard today. He's getting ready for when we move to Salt Lake City for snowboarding. Sick. Yeah, there's a lot of good skating here, guys. That's one of the things I love about Salt Lake. So sick that you got your 4-year-old a skateboard. I don't have kids yet, but when Celica and I do, Lord willing, we'll see what happens. But when we do, we already both agree that we're going to get our kids on a board quickly, both on snow or on a skateboard. Epic Remedy helps with your watch time too. Do more. Do more. I'm not sure what you mean. Okay. Black Pond, how did you get hooked on Utah? Black Pond also says they are both awesome resorts. Yeah, talking about Brighton and Snowbird, I think. How did I get hooked on Utah? So Celica and I started looking at places to move out west when we were still living in Baltimore, like 2 years ago. Actually, it was almost 2.5, 3 years ago when we started looking. And everybody thinks of Colorado first off, right? At least most people on the East Coast think like, oh, that's where the mountains are. That's where skiing is. But one of our friends, I think at our church, recommended Salt Lake City. And they were like, you guys should check out Salt Lake. And so we started doing a little research on it. And I saw how close all the resorts were to Salt Lake City. And we decided to book a weekend to come out here and visit. And Celica and I came for the weekend and absolutely fell in love with the place like right away. And the cost of living's cheaper. So it was kind of a no-brainer to move here. Plus, I was watching YouTubers, like Snowboard Pro Camp and Board Archive and Ryan Knapp and all those guys. And everybody was in Colorado or other places like Whistler, so nobody was really representing Utah. So that's how we got hooked on Utah. We said, let's move out here because nobody's really tapped into it yet. And the cost of living's cheaper and the resorts are so close to Salt Lake and we like city life. So yeah, that's how we end up here. Epic Remedy says, Brighton is the best if you have a local guide. My man, yeah. Yeah, I got to do a few laps with him. As I mentioned, guys, like if you are going to be in town, hit me up on Instagram and I'll try to show you guys around. I got to show him and a few of his buddies around for his bachelor party, which was really cool. Luis Villanueva says, I made it. Haha, what's up, bud? So Luis is sort of incognito a little bit. Luis, for you guys that don't know, is actually Alex. That's his real first name. So what's up, buddy? Good to see you. He couldn't be on camera for this one, but I'm glad that he was able to chime in. Sandra says, is Millie still open? Yeah, Millie's still open. Black Pond, Powder Mountain is cool. Powder Mountain is cool with the Cat Pass. Is always good and backcountry. Yeah, I can't wait to go back there with Alex and Trace and ride the Cat and get some untouched freshies. It's gonna be sick. Carbon David says, how crowded or not are the Little and Big Cottonwood Canyon hills in light of the virus? Honestly, I don't know if there's that much of a difference right now. Both Big and Little Cottonwood Canyon seem a little bit lighter, but I just kind of thought maybe it's like getting later in the season because it's been busy. But we also haven't had tons of POW days lately. So I think that's also part of it. But traffic has been, kind of light, I guess. Alex or Lewis says, Chad Zarinkas was the man who discovered Chad's Gap. Thank you for looking that up, man. Awesome. So that's what Chad's Gap's named after. Candied Thovex was the first to land it. Sweet. There we go. Austin B, what's up, y'all? What's up, man? Good to see you. Jonathan Gianna. I always feel like I screw up your last name. He says, "What's up, dude? Getting some night laps at Brighton at the moment. Love the trees here, dude. That's sick. I'm sick. I'm so jealous of you right now. He's up at Brighton right now. Yeah, Jonathan. I hooked up with him like, I don't know, a month ago. He was here and was able to get a few laps with him at Brighton and ran into him at Snowbird too. The dude's from Maryland, like me, which is really cool. So I'm glad you're having a good time out here, man. Hopefully I can bump into you sometime over the weekend and get some laps. Alex says, and he did a 720 when he landed it. That's pretty insane for the first person to land Chad's Gap. Doing a 7. Holy crap. I would just probably crap my pants straight airing it. Celica says, hi, Paul. Celica's supposed to be in a class right now, I believe. But she's saying hi, Paul, which is really cool. Good to see you, babe, on here. And Jen, he just want to lay down on your keyboard. Yeah, that's all Paul wants to do. He just wants attention. Epic Remedy, you got plans for the skateboard season this year and trick goals? Nothing too crazy for the plans. I do want to be skating a lot. I have done a few indoor sessions at Woodward this year, which is good when it's been cold and the weather's been not the best. I can skate indoors at Woodward, which is cool. So I think I'll be better off this summer than I usually am, because I usually just take a break from skating all winter long and then kind of start over from scratch. So I guess the biggest plan for skating is to just be on a board as much as possible, hopefully every day or every other day. Trick goals, I want to get my 360 flips more consistent. I did relearn one last summer, which is sick. I got a couple of those landed. I want to relearn hard flips because I haven't landed a hard flip in a long time. So I guess those two tricks, maybe, yeah. Black Pond, free Alta. Yeah, hashtag free Alta, damn shame. Dude, you're gonna like the video that's coming out after the very next one, right, Lewis? You know what I'm talking about. We said hello to Alta just yesterday, or no, the day before yesterday. So yeah, I agree. We should be shredding Alta way more, but I don't know. It'll change maybe someday. Teddy Rawson says, nah, Dan, remember me, we went boarding for a couple days in mid-February. Okay, oh yeah. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, it's hard to place a face with the screen name sometimes, guys. But yes, I do remember. Awesome. It was good to shred with you, dude, for sure. Black Pond says, only 2 resorts that don't allow snowboarding, Deer Valley and Alta. Yeah, those are the 2 in Utah. And then there's one in Vermont, Mad River Glen, which I hear isn't really worth even going to from some people. But those are the only ones in North America that don't allow borders. Austin B, Utah is dope AF. It sure is, man. Yeah, I love it. How I did it. How I did it says, how do you see your channel evolving? Do you plan on doing any more tutorial style videos in the future? The GoPro 8 review was a good one, very helpful. Yeah, definitely. I'd love to do more tutorials. I'm working on a video that's basically a tutorial on how I learned to do backflips and how I got to doing that backflip on the wave on the most recent video. As I mentioned, guys, if you haven't seen the video, definitely check it out after this. Yeah, but I'll do some more tutorials in addition to that also, probably down the road. It's hard for me to do tutorial videos because I feel like it takes a lot of planning, and I don't plan out my videos as well as I should. I usually kind of decide like the day of riding what I'm going to be shooting and doing. But I do need to get better at that. So I want to make some more tutorial videos and more product reviews to, also. The GoPro one I think is a good example because that comes out, you know, that one came out at the beginning of the season, and most people are interested in the newest GoPro right when it comes out. So I'll definitely do GoPro videos again whenever the newest one comes out, which will probably be in springtime. So stay tuned for that. Board reviews, I like to try to do some more of those, but there's a ton of board reviews online right now. So that's kind of a competitive one that's hard to break through the algorithm for. Alex and I did the Signal board reviews, and that video did so-so, but not that great. And I was kind of surprised because there's not a whole lot of Signal board reviews out there. But it also just might be the time of the year. I think more people are into product reviews early in the season. So yeah, more of that's coming, definitely. Oh, and to get back to like the first question, how do you see your channel evolving? Well, one of the cool things that is going to be stepping up very soon, thanks to my buddy Steve, who, as I said, you're going to see in the next video, guys. We're going to start to get some aerial shots, guys, because my buddy Steve donated to the channel a drone. So that's pretty cool. That's one of the things I see increasing the quality of the channel, getting some aerial footage for you guys. I've always wanted to get a drone, but didn't want to throw down the cash for one, and I couldn't decide which one I wanted. So thanks to Steve, he made that decision for us, and you guys will start to see some drone shots, which is pretty cool. In addition to that, I want to travel some more and hit up other resorts and that sort of thing, and yeah, just make some more like really high quality, cinematic looking YouTube videos for you guys. Sandra G says, thanks to you and Celica, we also fell in love with Utah. Yeah, it's true. In addition to you guys, there's been a lot of people who have hit me up saying that they want to move here now from seeing our videos. So that's pretty cool. Caleb Howard says, dude, got to shred Brighton Snowbird a couple weeks ago and got dumped on before we left. Love watching the vids. Keep up the good work. Sick. Awesome, man. Thanks so much for watching. I'll definitely keep it going. And yeah, glad you got to shred Brighton and Snowbird. So cool. A couple weeks ago and a dump before we left. That must have been, I'm trying to think of what storm that was. Because we haven't had a big storm in a while. But if it was a couple weeks ago, I think I know which one that one is. Yeah. Cancel 623 says, you just smashed a bucket list trick. What's left on the bucket list? Honestly, man, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure where to go from there. You know, some people have joked about double backies, which I honestly don't really care about. I've messed around in the foam pit at Woodward doing double backies, but I have really no desire to hit that on snow. I honestly think, man, next trick. Yeah, I guess I haven't really thought about it. I've just been soaking up the backy. As I said, I want to start getting grabs with backflips because I think they just look so sick. And I guess maybe a 7. Yeah, I guess a 720. I've done 5s. So I think I could do a 720. It's only one more rotation. Yeah, I guess that's probably it. Cameron Wilhelm says, have you been up nightboarding at Brighton? I haven't, no. In fact, they did some headlamp skiing a couple weeks ago, which is kind of crazy, where you could go up the chairlift and in a small group of people with a headlamp on, shred some groomers, which seemed kind of cool. But in addition to that, yeah, they have like regular night skiing too with lights. I've been wanting to get up and do it. I just kind of have a stigma there, like a fear, I guess, because I broke my back nightboarding like 12 years ago on the East Coast. And it was on the East Coast. It was really icy, but it was at nighttime, and I took a heavy slam in the park on a big jump and broke my back. So ever since then, I've been like, I don't like night riding. But I think I could get back into it at Brighton if the conditions are good. And I think it'd be really sick, actually, to go to Brighton on a day after a storm and like be there at nighttime hitting POW at night. Like that would be really cool. Yeah. You ever make it up to Snow Basin? We should go shred, man, says Austin B. Yeah, I want to. I have not gone there yet. That's definitely on the list of places to go. It's up there close to POW now. Not that far of a drive. And I definitely want to do it. So Austin B, yeah, let's make that happen, man. Luis Villanueva says, best day ever. Can't plan for powder. It's true. You can't really. Best day ever. I'm not sure which one he's talking about, but it's probably the most recent one. Because we say this all the time, guys, but literally every day that we're out there feels like the best day ever. The last one included was amazing. So they just keep getting better and better, it seems. And yeah, you can't really plan for POW, unfortunately. You just got to watch the weather, and you can only really tell like 4 days out, maybe. Powder Buoy is a good resource, though. If you guys don't know, check out powderbuoy.com, I think it is. It's this dude who has a blog, and he monitors buoys, I think in Hawaii. And if there's like really high waves, he calls it a buoy pop out there. It's a good prediction for what's going to happen here in Utah weeks later. And he's usually pretty accurate. So yeah, check out Powder Buoy. That's the best way to plan ahead. But even he's only like, I don't know, 3 weeks ahead of time, maybe. So you can't plan that far ahead, really, if you're trying to plan a trip, unfortunately. Epic Remedy, smash the like button. It's free to hit. That's right. Smash that like button, guys. I appreciate that. Bearded snowboarder, that's sick. Can't wait to see drone footage. Yeah, me too, man. I'm hyped on that. I know Alex is hyped on that too. So we're going to mess around with that soon. My buddy Steve sent it in the mail yesterday, so it's supposed to arrive, I think, tomorrow, which is pretty cool. It's a Phantom 3, which is supposed to be like one of the best DJIs that they made. It was solid, so can't wait to get that. Caleb Howard, yeah, man, it was March 1st. Okay, very cool. March 1st, nice. And yeah, Alex says tame dog in regards to next trick. Yeah, how did I forget that one? Duh. Okay, so you asked earlier, what's the next big trick on my bucket list? I'd say tame dog, yeah, is probably above a 720. I want to land a 720, but the tame dog is right there. I've honestly just been waiting for a soft, deep day to stomp one, which probably don't even really need. If you guys watch the Powder Mountain video, I got really close. I got at least 75% of the way around before I broke my binding. And that's just because I didn't pop hard enough off of the nose. So tame dog's probably the very next trick. Yeah, I got upside down backwards, and I want to get upside down forwards now. And Jen says, try a frontside 180 method. It's a weird one. That is a weird one. Yeah, I don't know if I could actually bend that way and then, well, I don't know. That's cool. I'll have to try that. I can do backside 180 method, but I've never tried a frontside 180 method. Austin B says, how is Woodward? You have to do the monthly thing to ride there, right? It's amazing. And actually, no, Alex and I lucked out, and anybody who works at Snowbird just this year, they started this year, anyone working at Snowbird has a free pass to Woodward Park City, which just blows my mind. It's so sick. But basically, Powder Corporation, I think it's PWPRD Corporation, owns Snowbird, and they also own all the Woodwards. They own Copper, they own Boreal, they own Bachelor. I'm forgetting like one or two. There's like another resort somewhere. I think there's one in Las Vegas. And yeah, so basically, since that's our parent company at Snowbird, starting this year, they said that any Snowbird employee can ride at any of those resorts for free. So we've been going to Woodward probably once a week to get an indoor session there, and sometimes riding outside. So that's really cool. But for everybody else who doesn't work at Snowbird, yeah, they have a monthly plan where it's like $100 a month or $110 a month, I think. If you want to go there for just a day session, you can do day sessions there also. I think you can even do hourlies if you wanted to just get like a couple hours on like the foam pit or the trampoline or something. But if I didn't work at Snowbird, I'm pretty sure I'd be paying for the monthly membership. It's worth it. It's just that good. Landing that backflip, that was key. So yeah. Stephen Craig says, I plan on taking snowboard lessons next season. Sick. In the meantime, would you recommend getting on a longboard this summer to get familiar with having my feet on a board? Yeah, I would say so. Longboarding will definitely help. Just getting used to the sensation of riding with, you know, your feet in that stance going one direction, especially if you're a skier coming from a skier background. It'll help. And it'll help you figure out what stance you like probably. Although some people will skateboard with their right foot forward, which is called goofy, and then snowboard with their left foot forward, which is regular, or vice versa. It's kind of strange. But in my experience, most people will skate the same, surf the same, or snowboard the same. I'm regular. I ride with my left foot forward with everything that I do. But yeah, that'll help, I think, for sure. So that's cool. Immortal Riders says, out of here, brother. Great live chat. Love you guys. Dude, thanks for tuning in. And thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the support, man. You guys are awesome. As I said, Mike's the one who helped make these hats. And he's just an all-around awesome dude. And he's going to move out here as soon as he retires, which is like a year from now. So that's pretty sick. Adventures in Skateboarding at 40 plus. What up? Do you have a snow skate? Dude, good to see you, man. You're always posting like really supportive comments and following religiously. It's so cool to see you in here. I don't have a snow skate. I've never actually really ridden a snow skate. I've stepped on one like on flat ground and just kind of messed around trying to do kickflips on it and stuff. But I've never really actually ridden one for a sustained amount of time. If you guys know anywhere where I can get hooked up with one, let me know. I should probably just try to look for one on like Craigslist or something. Sandra says, peace out. Awesome live chat. Thanks, Sandra, for tuning in. Very cool to see you. And yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome time in Jackson. Hopefully you get tons of snow and have safe travels. So good luck. TST says, hello from Serbia. So cool. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in from Serbia. What time is it there? Comment and let me know what time is it right now that you're watching in Serbia. Joe Riddle, thoughts on skiers? I love skiers. As I said, I've got a bunch of friends who are skiers. My buddy Otto, my buddy Nick Pacheco. You'll see them in the next video. They're skiers and they rip. Personally, I don't ski. I prefer snowboarding, but honestly, I just feel like we're all trying to slide down the hill, having fun. So what difference does it make whether you're pointed this way or you're pointed this way, you know? I just wish Alta felt the same way about snowboarders. And Jen says, backside 180 method is such a cool, stylish trick. Yeah, I love that trick. That's like my go-to grab when I back 180. Alex, aka Luis Villanueva, says skiers are homies. Yeah, we know a lot of skiers, especially from working at the Bird and Mountain School. We're both teachers up there, and we know a lot of ski instructors. Yeah, skiers are rad. Plus, they are the best at filming, honestly, because skiers like Otto, he's so good at filming. I mean, all you have to do is just, you know, hold the camera like this right in front of you. You don't really have any blind spots. When you're snowboarding, it's a lot harder. You have to switch stance, or you have to kind of point the camera behind you sometimes. So that's another advantage of skiers, actually. And Jen, always bring your own skiers to spray them. That's funny. I'm not going to lie. In the past, in my younger years, I would try to spray skiers, but I have matured a little bit. But that's pretty funny. Rachel Loiney That's so helpful. Thanks. You're very welcome. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Yeah, glad I could help. Definitely. Austin B, that's sick. You can ride Woodward for free. It's a bit of a drive for me, but looks like it's probably worth it. Yeah, it is. I was talking to some guys last time I was there who drive up like, I think every week or every other week from Idaho. And they said it's a couple of hours, but definitely worth it for them to come because there's just so much you can do there, so much you can learn there. It's really a progression factory, indoors and outdoors. And if you want to skate, there's tons of stuff to skate too. There's going to be more in the summer. And the park is really good outside too, honestly. I wish I was a bit younger. I could learn so much, I think, at a younger age, but no excuses. I'm still going to learn stuff there. The parks are probably the best terrain parks in Utah, I would say. Yeah. What else we got? Alex Villanueva says, that's me, goofy skate rider. I guess I didn't realize that. So yeah, I was talking about some people who will skate one way and then snowboard the opposite way. So yeah, Alex is a goofy skater and a regular snowboarder, apparently. I wouldn't know because every time we go to Woodward, he doesn't get on a skateboard, even though he has a skateboard. The dude hit me up like, I don't know, a month ago and was like, hey, I got a skateboard from somebody. I'm going to start skating again. And then he asked me to hold onto a skateboard and he's not using it. Guys, leave a comment if you think Alex should get on a skateboard since he owns one now. Austin B, you instruct a snowbird, right? Yeah. So I only teach 2 days a week right now, Fridays and Saturdays. I'm a snowboard instructor, if you guys didn't know that. Honestly, I would probably only work 1 day a week if I could, just so I could have more time to do this. I really enjoy doing this more, guys. I like shredding and filming for you, but teaching is really cool too, honestly. It's really sick to get people stoked on riding and to see people firsthand learn something new with their riding and help kind of usher in the next generation too when it's the younger riders. So that's really cool. But yeah, if you want to get a lesson, hit me up. But the best way to do it, honestly, is to go to snowbird.com and try to book a lesson through the website because I can't legally teach like a private lesson unless you go through Snowbird. Utah is pretty strict on that sort of thing. But I can make more tutorials for you guys, so I should do that, honestly. And Jen says here, Belgium. Nice. It's 2:23 a.m. Wow. Well, thanks for tuning in, and Jen, and thanks for the super chats, I should say, because Jen sent me one earlier when I was screwing up the live chat, and then a second one. But yeah, thanks for staying up. I hope you don't have insomnia, but it's good to have you here. That's awesome. Joe Riddle says, I meant skiing, not skiers. Sorry. Oh, yeah. So as I said, I think skiers are cool, but personally for me, I don't really have a desire to ski. The only thing I will say is that at Snowbird, there are some zones that you can get to much easier on skis than a snowboard, like traversing and stuff like that and sidestepping. There's a reason that all the ski patrol is skiers and there's no snowboarders on the ski patrol. Some resorts have snowboarders and skiers for their ski patrol, but Snowbird doesn't. So if I ever wanted to actually be a patroller, I would have to learn skiing. And just for me, I've got a background in skating and I've always wanted to be a better skateboarder, and snowboarding kind of seemed like the next evolution of that. And once I got on a snowboard, I just never went back. I actually skied a little bit when I was a teenager. But once I got on a snowboard, it just clicked with me, and I don't know. There's been days where I've thought about getting on skis at Snowbird, like just hopping on some rentals or something. So it might happen, but most days I just feel like getting on my board, I guess. But to each their own. So yeah. Adventures in Skateboarding at 40 Plus says the Shred Quarters Revive has some real reasonably priced snow skates from 100 to 200 bucks. I think it would make some sick videos. Okay, cool. I didn't know they sell snow skates. That's pretty cool. Yeah. For those of you who don't skateboard, you might not know who Revive is or the Shred Quarters. But Andy Schrock is a pretty huge skateboard YouTuber. I follow him and all the Revive guys. He's got his own company, Revive Skateboards, and the Shred Quarters is their website. I'll have to check it out. It would be cool to get on a snow skate, definitely. Be nice. Be nice. I like that. Says, looking to ski at Utah next year, first time with fam. Any advice? Be patient. That's the biggest thing when learning to ski or snowboard. Be patient. Try to get as much waterproof clothing as you can. If it's your first time, I know most of us don't have good equipment the first time. You might not have good snow pants, gloves, jacket, etc., or a helmet. But if you can invest in something or borrow some good waterproof stuff, that's the best thing for you, honestly, because you're just going to have a better time. You're going to be less miserable. And yeah, just be patient, because it'll take a little bit of time to learn. But I picked up skiing pretty quickly, honestly. We got a super chat. Nice. 10 bucks from Matt Anderson. Dude, thank you so much. That's awesome, guys. Super chats are so cool to see. They help the channel so much. That's going to go directly into content for you guys. Thanks a lot, dude. Back up to the other chats. And Jen says, I snowboard 35J and I still spray skiers and friends stay cold. I think that's a typo. I think you're just saying 35 years old, I'm guessing. And I still spray skiers and friends. Yeah, I do too, honestly. I'll spray snowboarders, I'll spray skiers, as long as I know who they are. Yeah, I'm not just gonna like spray random strangers. Yeah, well, never say never, but for the most part, it's gonna be friends. That's awesome. Adventures in Skateboarding 40 Plus says, skate Alex. That's right. Alex, you need to get on your skateboard. Every time we go to Woodward, I try to warm up skating a little bit, and he just goes straight to the foam pit on the roller boards, the big snowboards with wheels, basically. That's what we're learning new tricks on. But I'm telling him he should just hop on the skateboard for a little bit. The Gerlins says, Goofy here as well. Surfer, not snowboarder. Fist bump to Goofy. Nice. Yeah. Goofy's sick. Definitely. Yeah, it's funny. I had a buddy in high school growing up. He was like my best friend, Joel, who skated Goofy, and I skated regular. And one of the nice things is if we were filming each other, we're always facing each other. So that's pretty cool to be with like somebody who's goofy and somebody who's regular. It's like a perfect trade-off with the camera. Almost always you facing the camera, which is pretty cool. SC Bartholomew says, I saw in one of your videos you've been to Seven Springs in Pennsylvania. Yeah. Also just went to Solitude, Brighton, and Snowbird for the first time last week. Big difference. Yeah, I'd say so. I guess if you're saying a big difference between Brighton, Snowbird, and Solitude versus Seven Springs. Yeah, I mean, I think in that Solitude video, I sort of compared it to Seven Springs. It's a big difference. It's totally different. But I just meant like the front half of Solitude, the part that faces little big Cottonwood Canyon, kind of reminds me of Seven Springs a little bit. It's got like some wide open groomers that has barely any trees, and I don't know. It's very different though. I mean, the whole backside is just like, yeah, a whole other animal for sure. Stephen G says, sorry, I'm late. Hey, no worries, man. Glad you're here. Yeah, better late than never. We'll probably do this for just a little bit more. I'll make sure I get to all the comments. Alex says, yeah, Alex, aka Lewis, says, I will. I want to wait until ski season is over. I anticipate some heavy slams when I'm getting my feet under me again. Can't afford to get hurt during the season. Yeah, he's got a point. He's talking about skating and getting back on a skateboard. He anticipates some heavy slams while skating. Skateboarding is a little less forgiving because it's concrete rather than snow. So I get that, but I think he's making excuses. We'll see. Noah Young says, what are your thoughts on this coronavirus outbreak, starting with our Utah Jazz players? Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't know. The first thoughts I have are, I think we'll be all right. I looked up the statistics of the numbers of deaths and infections of this versus just the common flu, influenza. Just like 3 days ago, about 3 days ago, I looked up the stats, and still more people have died from influenza globally than the coronavirus, and more people have gotten infected by influenza than the coronavirus this year. But that could be changing. It could be surpassed, I guess. But I don't think it's something to be fearful of, like the news media is making it out to be. I think it's pretty common knowledge that the only fatalities are people who are above 50, and I think even that, it's a small chance of dying unless you have pre-existing health conditions. Then it becomes more dangerous. I think the most important thing is to practice good hygiene and keep washing your hands. Be smart, if you're out in public, try to use hand sanitizer and stuff. I don't know, will we have to start using face masks and stuff? Hopefully not. But yeah, it's interesting that they announced today, the NBA, I don't know if you guys have heard, NBA is on hold indefinitely because a couple of Jazz players tested positive for it. So it's weird. We're waiting to see what's going to happen with the school system. I mentioned this earlier. Selleck is a teacher, and she's waiting to see if they're going to cancel schools. They've canceled a couple of districts here in Utah, but most of them are still staying open. And yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm not too concerned about it. We do have like a couple extra canned goods and supplies and stuff if something happens where you can't get food and whatnot. So I think that's a good idea just to have in general as an emergency, no matter what happens, if there's like, earthquake or whatever. But overall, on like a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say I'm at like a 4 of concern, something like that. Noah Young says, and sorry I'm late. No worries. So glad you're here. It's totally cool. Austin B says, Stephen G, is that a Focus RS in your picture? I can't tell, but it kind of looks like it. I wanted to get a Focus RS for a while. Actually, I would still love to have a Focus RS. Bless you, Paul. I don't know if you guys heard that, but Paul just sneezed. Yeah, before I got the Subaru Crosstrek, I was trying to talk Celica into letting us get a Focus RS, but it's a bit less practical. Oh, Stephen G. Yeah, that's Stephen Gilboy. Duh. Okay, that's my boy G. Yeah, that's my boy Steve. Steve's awesome. I used to run in an Integra club with Steve back when I used to have an Acura Integra. He had one too, and he helped launch a website called Team Integra. So he's a big car guy. Yeah, he's got a sick RS. I would love to get an RS down the road, though. Yeah. Noah Young, have you been to a Jazz game yet? No, I have not, and it looks like I won't be going for a while. Yeah. And Steve says, Austin B, yep, it's a RS all-wheel drive turbo or bust. Yep, that's what's sick about that car. Adventures in Skateboarding at 40 Plus says they have those new caster boards, or free boards, I think they are called. It's supposed to mimic snowboarding on the streets. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have heard of freeboarding, but it's basically a longboard that has a caster wheel, which is a wheel that can swivel kind of near the kingpin of the trucks. And that swiveling wheel allows you to get the board sliding sideways like you would be side slipping on a snowboard on concrete. It's pretty cool. I've actually been on one before. I bought one off of Craigslist a long time ago and tried it when I was in Baltimore, but I think the streets were a little too crowded and I got frustrated with it. It was kind of hard to stand on because it doesn't feel like when you're on flat ground, it doesn't feel like you're standing on a snowboard because immediately it wants to shoot out from underneath of you, like on either your toe side or your heel side, which is a really weird sensation. And it only starts to feel comfortable, I think, when you're at a high speed. So it was harder to learn than I thought it would be. But really interestingly, I just met a dude who works for the company and he's like a pro rider for Freeboard. And he lives here in Salt Lake City and he's basically like the representative for Freeboarding Utah. And he told me he wants me to get out with them over the summer and film some videos with them. So that's kind of cool. It sounds like there's a hook up there. So stay tuned. You guys might see some freeboarding videos this summer. Where else are we? We'll probably wrap this up in like another 10 minutes. Just to let you guys know. I'm going to try to get to all the comments though. Austin B says, sick dude, I just sold my Evo 8 and looking to move on to something else. And Focus RS is at the top of my list. Yeah, the Evo's a sick car too. It's something I was looking at for a while. Dwayne D says, what's up, Dan? Tuning in from Orlando. Supposed to head that way next Thursday, but fam and the group are hesitating. Yeah, what's up, man? It's good to see you. Glad you could be here. I feel you. I think a lot of people are wary about traveling right now and concerned. That's a tough call. My buddies Mike and Sandra are heading to Jackson, Wyoming in a week, and they're not deterred. They said like, oh, we're not worried about it. It's basically just like the flu, you know. But that's a call you got to make on your own. Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one. I do think if you can travel right now, there's probably not going to be very many people on the planes and stuff. So maybe it's not as dangerous as you think it's going to be, but it's hard to say. And also being on a plane, you got that circulating air all the time. So if somebody is sick on it, it's going to be hard to stay healthy. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but I hope you make the right choice. And if you do get out here, hopefully you have an awesome time and stay healthy. But yeah, prayers sent your way, whatever you guys end up doing. Favorite run at Snowbird? Owen Burton asks, oh man, favorite run. I don't know if I have a favorite run so much as a favorite area, like a favorite zone. I'd say probably Baldy. You have to hike to get to Baldy on the high traverse, and then you have to traverse a good bit to get to some good stuff, but it's always worth it. And it seems to be one of the places that holds snow better than others for a long amount of time. So yeah, I'd say Baldy is probably my favorite spot at Snowbird, but there's so many. In fact, I just discovered some new ones 2 days ago that I hadn't been to before. So it's pretty cool because it's so big. Pinky says more people have died of influenza because COVID-19 is new. Just saying. Yeah, but I wasn't talking about like for the history of influenza. I meant like for this year, the stats so far this year. But COVID-19 is new. It's true. We'll see what happens. SC Bartholomew says your videos are super helpful for the first trip to Utah. Just thought it was cool you had been to Seven Springs. Keep up the good content. Awesome. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm so glad. It seems like a lot of people are discovering the channel just because they're looking for information about places in Utah to ride or ski or visit. And that's awesome. Yeah. So thanks for the comments, dude. Austin B says City Creek closed until further notice due to Corona. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm not sure where City Creek is. Can you let me know? Also, Austin B, thanks for the super chat. Awesome. We got another $2 super chat from Austin B. So sick. Dude, thanks guys for all the support. This is so awesome. I honestly wasn't sure I'd get a single super chat on the first video. Didn't know what to expect. Didn't know if anybody would show up for this. So you guys are awesome. You're legends. Thank you for all of this. As I said, we're going to wrap it up soon. But I will get to all these comments really quick. Joe Riddle, Big Cottonwood Canyon or Little Cottonwood Canyon, in your opinion? I love them both. I really do. Little Cottonwood Canyon tends to get more snow though. And I'd say if I could ride Alta anytime I wanted to, like lift access, I would say Little Cottonwood Canyon's a little bit better. But since I can't, because it's skiers only, it's kind of a toss-up because Brighton's really fun. Solitude's awesome too. It gets less crowded there. But the terrain at Snowbird is just so good, and the snow is, yeah, usually a little bit more during a storm. So if I had to pick one, I'd say Little Cottonwood Canyon. And Jen, just look at Europe. What is happening? Belgium goes on lockdown. Yeah, a lot of places are going on lockdown now, which is nuts. Lewis says Little Cottonwood Canyon, LCC. Yeah, Little Cottonwood. Dwayne D, what's the word on resorts staying open or closing? Don't want to fly for nothing. So far, nothing. There's no word here. No, doesn't seem to be any threats of closing. I was scheduled to work a program with a bunch of middle school kids tomorrow, teaching them something called Parks and Rec, and they canceled that. But I think it's more because it's like 500 or 600 kids coming up on buses usually on a Friday afternoon. And they're trying to avoid large gatherings here in Utah. But so far, they haven't said anything. I haven't heard any rumors of resorts closing or anything like that yet. Stephen G, amount I miss my tag, 0. Wow, that's saying something. And he had like one of the coolest Integras. He had a Integra GSR and a pearl blue, which is a very rare color. If you guys know cars, that's a sick car, a very rare car. And yeah, he sold it to get his RS. So good to know. Yeah. Nick Raffone or Raffone. Big Cottonwood and Little Cottonwood, both awesome. I agree. Totally. Steve G says, fantastic video of freeboarding on Lombard Street in San Fran, I bet. Yeah, there's some insane freeboarding videos, guys. I've also seen there's another company that has come out that basically ripped off of Freeboard's design and put a battery in it and made it electric, which is crazy. So you obviously don't need hills on that. I saw an ad for that. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that, but that looks nuts. I think I already said thanks, Austin, but thanks again for the super chat. Ventures in Skateboarding at 40 plus. Have a good one. I have some editing to do. Video drop this weekend. Actually pretty excited about this one. Awesome, dude. Yeah, guys, if you're into any skate videos at all, check out Adventures in Skateboarding at 40 plus. He's putting out awesome skateboard content. And yeah, he's grinding literally and figuratively all the time. So I can't wait to see that, man. I'm definitely going to check it out. You guys should too. Stephen Craig, great first live stream, Dan. Can't wait to see some drone videos. I can't wait either, man. Thanks, dude. Yeah, you guys are going to get some sick footage thanks to Steve. He mailed me a drone for free. So I can't wait to get my hands on that and play with that. Thank you, dude, so much. And can't wait to see you again, man. Austin B, City Creek is that mall downtown. Oh, okay. City Creek Mall next to the Clark Planetarium and Dave & Buster's with the creek going through it. Sorry, I was thinking like a resort. I don't know, but I wasn't making the connection to Salt Lake. Yeah. City Creek Mall is closed. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Celica says the same thing. Mall downtown, City Creek. Yeah, got it. Austin B, also, are you Aussie certified? Yes, I am. I got my level 1 certification for snowboard instructing. Aussie stands for American Association of Snowboard Instructors, if you guys don't know. And yeah, I got that when we were back in Maryland at Seven Springs, actually, in Pennsylvania. Yeah, so as C. Bartholomew, I got my certification at Seven Springs. I think like 2 seasons before we moved out here. So yeah, I am certified. But just a level 1. I thought about getting my freestyle one, but I don't know if it's really worth it because I don't think I'm going to be teaching indefinitely. Hopefully this YouTube thing takes off a little bit more so that I don't have to teach and I can just afford to pay for season passes at places like the Bird. But yeah. All right, guys. I think that's going to do it for this one. Thanks so much. It sounds like Celica's home, I think, too. Adventures of Skateboarding at 40 plus. Not good skateboarding, just fun videos. That's hilarious. Dude, check his videos out, guys. He's awesome. Good live stream. Respect everything you have built here. OG pre-Utah crew. Thanks, man. I appreciate you and others who've been watching since before the Utah days. Well, yeah, guys, that's it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Thanks to all the super chats. Thank you to all the kind words. And yeah, it was a fun experience. We'll do more of these for sure. And we'll get the other one off the ground running a little bit smoother next time. Thanks for your patience, guys. I'll see you all in the next video. Steve, thanks again for the drone. And yeah, I hope you like the next video, buddy. Thanks to all you guys. We'll see you soon. Austin B, sick live stream, man. You. All right, guys. Peace.